Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. It is December the 30th. I hope everyone has had an amazing Christmas with their families. Let's get straight into the markets. We are back. It is Monday. I'm excited. I feel like Christmas time is amazing, of course, but that period between like before Christmas to after Christmas to New Year, yeah, it's not for me at all. Out of routine, eating too much. The list goes on and on. So yes, let's get straight back into it. I hope everyone is well. Before we do start this video, make sure that you subscribe down below. You add the notifications on so you get notified whenever I upload a video. 2025, I'm going to be going full ham with all my content on every single platform that I have. So make sure that you guys are plugged in and listening and also notified whenever I do upload anything onto my channels. My Instagram is in my YouTube bio, so make sure that you guys actually go and check that out because we do have a few fake profiles of myself. So make sure that you're following the right profile and not a dodgy one. So going into the US dollar, you'll be able to see that we are still heavily in an uptrend from a 4 hour perspective. You'll be able to see that we have trended massively up. We've not kind of come back to rebalance this market, this big institutional candle just yet. So with that being said, obviously we have to play in tats that yes, we would like to see, these areas down below actually rebalanced and mitigated, but we've got to play what we see. So first things that we can obviously do is from a 4 hour perspective, yes, we want to see the markets obviously come back down from a dollar perspective to rebalance this whole candle here, and then obviously to see if we can get that movement back up to carry on upwards. So that's what I would like to see going into the new year, going into this week with the dollar. From a 4 hour perspective. Also, if you look at this right now, we had a 1 hour change of trend here. We had a 1 hour change of trend because if you look, we was uptrending. We created a higher low, higher high, and then 1 hour broke this lower, higher low here. And then since then, we had a clear 4 hour supply zone, which was this area here, where we consolidated a little bit. So with that being said, you can see that the market naturally started to create the higher lows and higher highs. And we all of a sudden tapped into the supply. And then we've kind of like changed our trend from a 1 hour perspective right now. So I'm doing this slowly so that you guys can see. But if I just get rid of this right now, you'll be able to see that this is kind of like the trend. We was obviously creating them higher highs, higher lows. We started to slow down. And now we've distributed downwards and we've started to do that change of trend. So from a 1 hour perspective, naturally, I think that we are heading downwards. We've slowed down a hell of a lot. So let's take a look at this. Let me get rid of all of this before we do. So if you look at the 1 hour, you'll be able to see that we are changing that structure. We are heading a little bit more downwards. 1 second, we are heading a little bit more downwards, and you'll be able to see that by what I've just done. And we've got this nice institutional candle. Once I seen this, which was on Friday, I marked out, obviously, as you guys can see, this 4 hour supply zone here, which is this 4 hour last buy candle before this institutional move. And currently, you'll be able to see that we actually did. We obviously come down, we tapped into it, and then we moved off away from it. And we're now having that pullback into the area again. So let's drop down into the 1 hour. Before I do that, understand that this supply candle is now in control from a 4 hour. So this 4 hour supply candle is in control. So with that being said, we expect to see the markets move away from this 4 hour candle. If we drop down to the 1, can we refine this area? Well, we can refine this area by simply identifying this last candle here. This last candle here would be my 1 hour supply within this 4 hour. So let me just make this a little bit more cleaner. So this 1 hour candle right now is here. We've taken out the liquidity, which is just above this here. Yeah, we've taken out liquidity, which is just above here. So for me, currently right now, I'll be waiting to see a smaller time frame reaction from this dollar, and then obviously that will give me confirmation with the other pairs as well. Sorry about that, guys. I literally had to pause the recording because this one was knocking on the door. So yes, that is pretty much what we want to see from the dollar. We are in a 4 hour and a 1 hour supply area, so we are expecting the dollar to make its move downwards. That is what I would be expecting for today. And that leads me obviously on to GU, so on and so on and so on. So currently, as you can see, the dollar and obviously the dollar and GU and EU and NU, AU, they should obviously correlate together, sorry. Which currently right now, if you can look, if we're expecting the dollar to go down, GU looks pretty clean for a sell as well. So this is where we can get a little bit more sticky. And obviously a little bit more tricky as well. So we'll have to be careful with actually seeing how GU plays out. But if we go straight to the 4 hour, you'll be able to notice that we are obviously in a quite obvious downwards movement. We have been, creating lower lows and lower highs. So we have obviously in that downwards trend, we have our last lower high 4 hour here and our last lower low here as well. So with that being said, you'll be able to notice that we came up into this 4 hour supply. So we had the break of the four. We come back up into this 4 hour supply, which is this one. And we then obviously started to move away. We've now had a bit of a correction back into this supply, which is more of a 2 hour supply, I think it is. Yeah, around this area, you can see that we had this area as liquidity here. And then we've tapped into obviously this 4 hour supply, and we are waiting to see a move away from that. But if I look from a 1 hour perspective, the 1 hour is in an uptrend. So this is where we've got to be a little bit more wary because of the dollar. So obviously, first thought is yes, we are clearly in a 4 hour downtrend. But if we look at the 1 hour, was in a downtrend, as you guys can see, was creating them lower lows, lower highs, and then we slowed down a little bit here. We had a choppy and we had a big burst up, which then made made the GU, sorry, go back into a little bit more of an uptrend. So with that being said, we are obviously in this range from the low to this high right here. Now, if I go to the 4 hour, what I can see clearly, is that we are in a 4 hour supply. Our next area will be this 4 hour demand for a potential reversal to carry on upwards. So that would be my first thought. But also understand that if we drop down to the 2 hour or the 1 hour, 2 hour, we are currently still in this demand area, here. So as you guys can see, if the dollar's going to go down, then obviously we can expect a movement away from this area right now. But with the overall trend being a downwards trend, what I would like to see, of course, would be I would like to see this. I would like to see this low here broke. So if we can get this, a break of structure here, and that would then confirm that we could sell and then wait to see a reaction in this area. If we get a reaction up, we can obviously then take action to buy. But if we get a reaction that carries on down, we are also still in this sell area here. So that is what I predominantly have for GU. I won't be rushing into anything right now. I won't be taking any sells from these areas until we get this low breaking here, and it's clear as day. So that is what I have for GU currently. Demand is in control, while supply is in control from the 4 hour. So we're in a little bit of a trapped area. Going over to EU, you'll be able to see it's quite similar. It's quite similar right now. We're in this 4 hour supply. I prefer this 4 hour supply for me to sell from. We have obviously created, pretty much not equal highs, but we created double tops there, which are referring to equal highs. So I do think that we will take these highs out and tap into around this area. So with that being said, we are still in a 4 hour supply. I would wait for a confirmation of this low being broke to then participate in selling this downwards. That's what I would like to see, but I don't think we're going to get that. From an EU standpoint, it's a lot more cleaner. Where are we currently? We are currently right now reacting from this 4 hour demand area. 4 hour demand area. If I go to the 2 or 1, it might be a little bit more cleaner. But anyway, we're reacting from this area right now. So with that being said, if you look at the dollar's looks like it's going to be heading down, which would be obviously clean enough for us to head up from this area on EU. GU, it's not looking as nice in this area. I prefer here. So I will be looking at any buys from this area. But from EU, it is looking a lot more cleaner from us, from this standpoint, for us to potentially head upwards from here, take out these highs and head into this supply zone here. So that is what I do have for EU currently. NU and AU, I don't like the look. If you look at NU and AU, it's very, very choppy. I'm going to be waiting for some sort of confirmation because if you look at this, do we want to be trading this? No, we don't. Do we have confirmation on buying or selling? Nope. We are literally simply like this. We need to see a break up to participate or break down. AU, NU, no chance. Not for me. Same with NU. Not even looking at it. We have USD CHF, which Thursday I marked out this just being on the charts, and we moved clean from this 1 hour demand area. We are still in that uptrend. So if I just show you guys this, you'll be able to see that we are clearly in this uptrend right now, and we have broke this 4 hour higher high. So with that being said, we have 44 minutes left on this candle. If we finish above this candle, this will be our new demand area, this whole area here, as a 4 hour demand. I would probably refine it to this area here, and then I would like to see a pullback to carry on this trend upwards. And with that being said, that aligns, that doesn't really align, sorry, with obviously the dollar if we are predicting the dollar to go down. So again, the markets are not as clean and as crisp as we would like currently. Yeah, so obviously it is not really correlating right now, the US dollar and USD CHF, and USD CHF is clearly bullish. So again, it can be tricky this time of the year, but we have to be patient. We don't have to rush into things. Let's move over to USD CAD. You basically see USD CAD is a little bit more cleaner looking, but we still are trapped in this internal area from this area to here. This whole area is very, 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 very choppy. So again, it's not as clean as we would like. But let's analyze what's going on here anyway. So from a 4 hour standpoint, let me zoom that in. We are in this range right now. Now, if you look from a 4 hour, we had obviously this demand area met, and we reacted perfectly from that. We reacted perfectly, and we've been pretty much bullish from here. So this is something you need to understand. 4 hours is bullish, and 1 hour now is bullish. So if you look at this, we had lower lows, lower highs created. We then come down, and we started this bullish move. We started this bullish momentum. And now we are currently broke out of this high here. So if you look at this, our area that we are currently in is from this 1 hour low, this low here, to this high here. We had a 1 hour break, 1 hour, 4 hour break here. So we are expecting from USD CHF this. So what can we see currently from a 1 hour? Well, we're in a 4 hour demand area, and we have had nice bullish movement. If you look at this, 15-minute would have been very bearish. Let me get rid of this. This is annoying me. 15-minute would have been very bearish, having these little pullbacks. And now we've all of a sudden changed back into an uptrend. So I would like to see I would like to see a pullback into, if we look at it from a 4 hour, 2 hour, sorry, let's see the 2 hour. 1 hour. I would like to see a pullback in between these two areas here, these two candles, which we are currently getting. If you want to refine it, you can obviously refine it to this candle here. So this will probably be my 1 hour demand, and my 4 hour demand would probably be from this area to this area. So with that being said, these are the areas that I would like to see the dollar potentially move away from. Obviously, we understand as well that if we look at this, supply here is still in control. We are barely almost tapped into it. So what I would advise you guys, if you're not confident enough with taking a trade from here, is wait for a double break. Wait for what this break structure's happened. 1 second. So this break of structures here has happened. So what you can do is, let's say we get another break from above, then that will give you confidence to take the trade onwards from this second break of structure. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've got for today. We obviously do have GJ and EJ as well. If we look from a 4 hour, it's nothing much happening. I wanted to see this area met, but we haven't quite got there. And we have currently created equal highs. And if you look at it from a 1 hour standpoint, we are most likely in this demand area here. So we're most likely reacting from this area currently. That's where I'd like to see probably reaction from here, bam, bam, like this. But it's not clean enough for me to give any ideas out to you guys. And same again for EJ. We had this area which didn't break a high. It seems like we are moving downwards, so we could potentially be breaking this low and coming into here. But the GJ and EJ pairs, I'm not interested in. I'm just keeping my eye predominantly on the dollar pairs currently, to see what we can get from these pairs. So that is pretty much it for today, guys. Apologies for the late upload, and also apologies for the low voice as well. But we will be back on it with full energy once all the family has left tonight, and I'm excited for 2025. We are going to level up insane amounts on this channel, and I'm going to be giving a lot of free value out to you guys as well. So keep tuned, keep the notifications on. So make sure you're subscribed, and also anything that you need from me, do not hesitate in asking below so that I can help you guys. Other than that, I hope you all have an amazing week. Excited for tomorrow. Let's go.